All right, today we're going to talk about multi-step equations when we have variables on both sides. And this is just going to add, oh, that's white. I don't want it to be white. How about blue? There we go. And this is just going to add one more step to our solving, but we'll see this as we go. So this is review from the other day, which is fine. I'm going to say it again. It never hurts to say it more than once. When we're solving multi-step equations, we're always going to start with distributing if you can. And I'm writing fast, so my handwriting is going to be a mess. Combine like terms. Don't cross the equal sign. And then we're going to solve. And we solve using the acronym SAD-MEG. So I'm just going to write it like that. And when we have variables on both sides, it's going to be very similar. We're just going to add another step. So step one is still distribute. Step two is still combine like terms. And we're still not going to cross the equal sign. Don't cross it. Now, this is where it starts to get a little different. We're going to collect all the variable terms on one side and all the constants on the other. And we're always going to move the variables first. And we'll see that. We'll see why in the next video, but for today, we're just going to start practicing by moving the variable term first. What's left? Well, all we have to do then is solve. And we solve using SAD-MAG, meaning we undo addition and subtraction first, followed by multiplication and division, then exponents, then grouping. Step 5, well, this is going to be next week's lesson, so a sign of things to come. So let's try some. Okay, we don't have, is there anything to distribute here? No, I don't have anything to distribute, so I'm going to move on to combining like terms. I see an N here and an N here. Well, then I see an equal sign. Okay, and we're not going to cross that equal sign. We're not crossing it. So these like terms are going to be combined on their own on another side. This is negative 7n. I'm going to carry down this plus 15. And I'm going to combine my like terms on the right-hand side. Negative 7n plus 5n is negative 2n. After that, I'm going to move on to step 2. I'm going to get all the variables to one side. And all the constants to the other. But since I only have this constant here, I'm just going to work on this variable right here, getting it to the other side. The constants are already done for us. So if I want to undo negative 7n, I have to undo it with addition. This is going to make a 0 pair. And I'm only looking at the coefficients here. I have 15 equals 5n. And now I'm down to a point where I can solve, right? I'm going to solve using SAD-MAG. I don't have any addition and subtraction to undo, so I'm just going to undo this multiplication with division. And n is equal to 3. I reversed it. It's actually 3 is equal to n, but these are the same, right? And I'm going to show you how to check these because this is really important. Everywhere I see n, I can use 3, right? Because we've determined it's 3. So I'm going to substitute this back in. And what you need to do is put this into Desmos and put this into Desmos, and they should evaluate to the same number. And if they evaluate to the same number, then you've done this correctly. Let's take a look. I'm going to do myself a favor and use sliders on this one. So this is the left-hand side of my equation, and this is the right-hand side of my equation. And when I set n equal to 3, they should evaluate to the same number. And we can see negative 6 is equal to negative 6, so we've done this one correctly. Actually, I'm going to save this for you guys so you can see how I did it, and I will drop the link in the video. Okay, let's try another one. Let's try another one. Okay. We're going to start with distributing. We do have something to distribute here. We have this -6. So we're going to start with that. And we're just going to look at this side of the equal sign. -6 times -5 is positive 30. And -6 times -6x is positive 36x. All right, I have everything that I need done on the right-hand side. I'm just going to bring the left-hand side down exactly as it is. Do I have any like terms? So we've distributed, and we're going to look to combine like terms, and we don't have any like terms to combine. So I'm going to move on to step 3, getting all the variables on one side and all the constants on the other. And I'm going to start by moving my variable term. So I need to go ahead and make sure that what I do on the left, I do on the right. I'm going to move this one. Doesn't matter which one you move, it's going to get you to the same place. I'm going to undo the subtraction with addition, and what I do on the left, I do on the right. I'm left with 30, this makes a 0 pair, is equal to 30 plus 38x. I'm just looking at the coefficients here. 36 plus 2 is 38. Now I need to get all the constants on the other side. I'm going to undo the addition with subtraction. I'm left with a 0 pair here and here. 0 is equal to 38x. Is that weird? Not really. I'm just going to finish by solving with Desmos. Sorry, those pretzels. I'm going to finish by solving with SADMEG. So I'm going to undo addition and subtraction first, but I don't have anything to undo. So I'm going to undo this multiplication. And 0 divided by 38 is 0. If I have 0 of anything and I tried to divide it, if I have 0 cookies and I'm going to split them between me and my daughter, we're both getting 0. Now, can 0 be the solution to an equation? Yes, of course it does. If I substitute in 0 everywhere that I see x, the left and the right should match, right? 30 minus 2 times 0, well, that's equal to 30. That's the left. How about the right? -6 times -5 minus 6 times 0, well, this is 0. -6 times -5, that's 30. Yes, the answer is 0, and that is fine. 0 can be a solution. Now, this one's going to have all the things, right? We're going to start with distributing. I have something to distribute on the right, and I have something to distribute on the left. -4 times 5x, -20x, -4 times 6, -24. Bring down whatever's left. Okay, now let's look at the other side. -8 times 2x, -16x, -8 times 6, -48. And I'm going to put this nice fat line in so that we can keep what's on the left and what's on the right on the right. I'm going to look to combine like terms. Combine like terms. I have 2 constants over here that can be combined on the left, and that looks like all I need to combine. So -24 minus 8, that's -32. And everything else is just going to get carried straight down. And it's really important with these to stay very neat, right? Now, step 3, variables to one side, constants to the other. So let's move the variables first. It doesn't matter which one you move. I'm going to move this one. I'm going to undo this subtraction with addition. What I do on the left, I do on the right. This makes a 0 pair. I'm going to carry this 32 straight down. This makes this -16 plus 20 is 4x. And I'm going to carry this straight down. Now let's move the variables. We moved the constants. Let's move the variables. I'm going to move this one. I see subtraction. I do addition. What I do on the left, I do on the right. 16 is equal to 4x. This makes a zero pair. And now I'm left to solve. Solve with SADMEG. And I've undone the addition and subtraction already, so we just have to undo this multiplication. X is equal to 4. And if I put this into Desmos, and instead of x, I'm going to substitute in a 4 here, and a 4 here. These should match. The left and the right should evaluate to the same number, so let's give it a try. And when I put in 4 instead of x, these should evaluate to the same number. The left and the right should be equal, and they are. They both equal 112, so we've done it correctly. Now, if you have made it through this entire thing and you have listened to me, I'm going to show you a fun, quick way to see if you've done the equation correctly as a bonus feature. So instead of typing in 4 everywhere that you see x, you're going to write the equation on the left exactly as it's given to you and set it equal to y. You're going to write the equation on the right exactly as is given to you and set it equal to y. So both are going to be equal to y. And this works because they are equal to each other. So they can both be equal to y. Did I write them correctly? 2x. Let's double check over here. Sorry, I was having a hard time finding it. So this works because remember they were equal to each other. So we can set them both equal to y. And the place where they cross each other, so we have to look where the green line and the blue line, unfortunately for us, this is going to be really far down here because here it is. The x value should be equal to the value that you solved the equation to be. Remember that we solved this equation and found it to be equal to 4. So you can set them into Desmos, and where the x value is should match the value that you found. All right, I hope this was helpful. It's kind of hard to see, so I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit. Here it is. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for staying for the bonus feature. Thanks for watching.